Yeah. Hello. What a great start to the stream. Just me making golden noise. Don't have my hot water ready yet. Don't think I need it for now, so whatevs. I guess during the break, I'll just oof, it's cold for some reason. I'll just refill the water at that time. Let's see. I want to get started with Bahamut Lagoon right away. Okay. I didn't practice any Ikaruga from last night, unfortunately. Even though I wanted to, but yeah, made no progress in that. It feels, it doesn't feel as it feels like I need like a lot more hours into Ikaruga before I can properly 1cc it. But it's very different from Musha Alest, where I felt like I could do it if I had one more try. Ikaruga does not feel like I could do it with one more try. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Those two games are very different shmups though, so maybe that doesn't mean much of anything. Oh wait, I need to plug in my controller. And yeah, I have a very nasally voice at the moment. I feel sounds like I do. I probably have hay fever at the moment. If someone in the family got hay fever, and if somebody in the house gets something, the rest of the house gets the same thing, unfortunately. Fortunately, it's not too bad. It's just a runny nose. Can't wait until that changes into a sore throat, but it really is just a runny nose. And sinuses a little swelled up or whatever. And some sneezes. So I guess a standard hay fever condition. I don't have itchy eyes, so maybe it's not quite that. Okay. Here we go. Hopefully I should be able to finish this game by now. I can't wait for this to be over, honestly. That's probably the worst part. The worst feeling you can have for a game is when you want it to be over. Oh. Hey there, it's been a while. Come on, Bew, come over here. Who said that? Oh, the merchant. A country might fall. No, the whole world might fall to those monsters. If a time like that ever comes, new lives will still spring forth. That's the miracle of life. With that said, while this may seem sudden, I'm retiring from being a merchant on the battlefield. From now on, I'll be a merchant who protects his family. That is all. Ah yes, Rush. This merchandise is heavy. I think you have the makings of a merchant, but you really do need to think a bit more before you act. If you manage to do that, you'll enjoy great success, no doubt about it. Alright, dude. Truce, you think about things way too hard. Try to think a bit more moderately, and you'll be able to help Rush out. Rush, Truce, if the two of you join forces, you'll be able to overcome anything. What about me? Oh, I almost forgot. Pickleback, you left some money with my grandpa in Campbell, didn't you? You got 1,000 times the return on your investment? Good for you. I've brought all the money here with me. There you go. Here's 1,000 Piro. That's not a lot. I'm so happy. I'm so very happy. Alright, this is all thanks to you. Thanks, brother. Well now, Bew, thank you for everything. Allow me to pray for your well-being. See ya. Do you think I'm cut out to be a merchant? Oh. Oh, let's see what you have. Okay, I don't really need a... I don't really want any of your stuff. I feel like I've gotten all the equipment that I need. Unless the equipment is the difference between me getting one shot and not getting one shot. I should be more moderate, huh? Buy something from me too? Yeah, okay, I don't want anything. Do I really want to feed these dragons anything? I kinda don't. But Excalibur... Yeah, I don't know. Where's Puppy? Where's Koromon? Oh! I'll try talking to General Gudolf. We might be able to avoid any conflict. He's still alive? I'll go in alone. General Papaleos! I despise you and all, but I still want to tell you this one thing. You've done nothing worth dying over. I won't allow you to do anything that would make Princess Yo-Yo sad. Alright. What about me? Do my feelings not do my feelings not matter? Alright. I think the hot water has finished boiling by now, so I guess I could get that ready. But like I said, I'll just do it in the... I'll just do it in the break. There you go, max of it. Koromon is buff. Sorta. He is sort of buff. Who else needs a bit of help? I don't even know who you are. Oh, Petite? Yeah, you're good. Who are you? Blue Eyes? Oh, you're Zuelos. I couldn't even tell. Orcus. Couldn't even tell either. Let's feed you a bit. Nah. Okay. Gloomy looking castle indeed. This place reeks of danger. I'm worried about General Papaleos. Let's hurry up and attack. I'm making preparations here. That gleam in its eyes scares me. Let's leave this place to Papaleos. Something about that has been bothering me too, Bu. What? Okay. What, a treasure chest has been bothering you? Why don't we just open it? Oh, I can't go any further. Okay, let's go. Right, attack! I'm sorry, I didn't make it in time. In time for what? Right, so we have a bunch of equipment. Let's give you the best stuff. Because apparently Bu has to not die. Yeah, that's good. Oh! That's good. Excalibur, yeah, we'll give you that. It's interesting. It's an interesting route to take to make Bu the least important character in this story. Yeah, he hasn't done anything in this story that's like anything even close to advancing the plot. Maybe his relationship with Princess Yo-Yo, but even then, it's just very little has actually been done. Oh yeah, we're at that. Sure, we're that. Okay. Everything is just worse than Iron Duke. Wow, Matolite armor is actually pretty good still. Okay, Grand Sam is just not good. Broniac. Brionac. There you go. That's not Brioniac. Sleipnir, yeah, you already have the good stuff. You don't have the good stuff. Oh wait, you have the good armor though. Oh man, you have trash armor. There you go. Fix that. Yeah, you gotta have that. Yeah, you can wear that. Oh, Sleipnir. Yeah, just so you can survive. Yep. Yep. And yep. I think that's all. Okay. Sorry. Did I turn the music down in any way? I think I sort of did. I had headphones over my hoodie for some reason. Okay, there's a lot of people there, and there's some cannons. As long as we don't encounter cannons like what we encountered the previous map, then I think we'll be okay. We just set Charles up to go. He can handle everyone here by himself. Yeah, it's very annoying to have a runny nose, believe it or not. Oh. Yeah, very annoying. So I am like tilting my head back so that, you know, it's pretty gross. I probably don't want to even describe it, actually. Right. So, yeah, like I've mentioned before, I haven't really practiced much of Ikaruga. I finally tried playing some Kitsui and like trying out some stuff. I didn't really play Kitsui with the intention of clearing it. Oh, what? Okay, well that can happen. I did not know that could happen, but now I know. Oh. Yeah, I played some Kitsui. That game is so much fun. I don't know, I'm a lot more receptive to Kitsui than I am any of the Dodonpachis. Can't really explain it because I haven't really played the Dodonpachis that much either. It's just, I don't know, the gameplay loop of Kitsui is just very appealing to me. How you have to shoot up close with the wide shot and then use your lock-on shot. That just, and then you have to keep doing that in a rhythm almost. Like, it seems very fun. So I had fun just playing a bit of Kitsui. But other than Kitsui, I didn't really play much of anything else. I didn't even really play any games. What I did instead was actually watch. I'm actually starting to watch a different show alongside Rings of Power, alongside Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Because watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, like, that's fine and all, but considering that's like a really long running series, I actually do have to space my time out and like not try to binge every episode possible for that show, because I'll be there forever and I will definitely get burnt out. So I picked up another show that I've been meaning to watch for a long time, and that's Gundam Reconquista of G, I think it's called. It's a very weird show. It's been very confusing to understand what exactly is going on, and I have to blame the main creator of this show, Tomino. Something Tomino. It's just a very weird show to, because what if it feels like that the show is on its second season. Like, I'm missing so much context, but in reality it is a show, it's a standalone show. And all the mannerisms of the characters and how they act is very Tomino-like. If you watch a Gundam show, it's exactly... If you watch a Gundam show in the UC universe, then it makes... It's very It's very similar to that, but the problem is that the art looks so new. Like the art style of the characters is somewhat modern and unique in a way. So it's kind of surprising to see that kind of art style placed over Tomino's writing work. It's just very strange. I don't mind it at all though. I'm still having fun watching it, I guess. Getting acquainted with some classic Gundam memes thanks to that show, so it's all good. Oh, probably should have set go go. Oh, excuse me. Did not have a good night's sleep last night, so yeah. Not only am I feeling tired, I am feeling sick at the same time. Bad combination. So yeah, that's what's going on. Oof. And I feel like, yep, I have a fever. I have these cold waves that I sometimes get. So yeah, I have a fever. Even wearing this jacket is not warm enough, and I break out in this cold sweat. Yep, I'm sick. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, that's a problem. I'm not gonna think about it too much though. Oh, that's just... okay. I still don't understand the purpose of these trapdoors if the people who would be affected from these trapdoors is so far away from me. Just an odd decision. But yeah, it's been kind of rough streaming this game because a lot of stuff just doesn't happen. Oh my god, my connector for the... oh no, that's fine. I thought my connector for my controller was loose. Yeah, streaming this game has been a bit rough because it's just, yeah, as I said, I kind of wish this game was over by now. It's just a bit... it's been a bit boring at the end game. And there has been nothing in the story that I've been able to latch onto that I've found very interesting. I couldn't really comment on the quality of the writing itself. Like maybe I could a little. It's just the random humorous dialogue lines is a little bit unexpected and probably unnecessary in my eyes. It's just the forced humor doesn't really work for me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, there's that, and also I can't really tell about the quality of the writing as well because of the localization. But the problem is that they do repeat a lot of the same points that they mentioned in previous messages, just to hammer home the point, I guess. But they hammer home the point too much, is what I'm trying to say. It's just it's kind of strange to see a JRPG repeat this many key phrases. Not since Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. They do that a lot in the writing process because they have to consider that the game they make is for kids. But here, it's like this dialogue is clearly not really for kids. At least I don't think it's for kids. But they're still trying to make it so you understand very clearly without any subtlety or any doubt that this is what they mean exactly. And reading that kind of dialogue has been very flat in my eyes. That's all I can say on the writing quality. It's hard to say whether that was it's the localization or the original script of the Japanese text, because it could just as easily be the localization being the issue here. and I would totally believe that. But in terms of what's happening in the story, yeah, I can't say I've been that interested. It's just not very much happens or something. It's just, yeah, it's just been boring. I guess that's what it comes down to. The yeah, I guess the biggest issue is like having Bew not be important and just be like this side character. It's an interesting route to take, but I don't think they should have taken that route. I think the I was gonna say the game has suffered a lot more for having Bew be very unimportant in the story. Wow, Charizard's just gone. These cold sweats are bothering me. We'll move you like over here. Oh, whoops! That was a mistake. Refresh? No! How come you're not refreshing? Excuse me for that yawn. Expect a couple more yawns. Oh, nice. Yeah, I am not feeling in my best shape right now. I am not feeling well. Hopefully I will feel well. I'm also hungry for some reason. All of a sudden I just got this hunger. I'm gonna get some pistachios, maybe that will be enough. Back. What a genius notes. That's funny considering the show I'm watching is Rico G, and there's a character who self-proclaims himself as a genius like every time he's on screen, and he's very entertaining. He's probably one of my favorite characters because everyone has been a little boring and a bit random, I guess. Like you have to watch the show for... You just have to watch the show to understand. It's just a very strange show. Yeah, come on. Wow, they're really ganging up on Charizard. You know what? I'm gonna say in the stream title that I am sick. Okay, let's do that. Yeah. I am not, I'm not feeling pleasant. If it's possible to make Rudolph just come over here, that'd be nice. I guess not, he's not gonna move. It's very confusing as well in the story. Like a lot of things will just be said. I don't know how to put it. It's just yeah, it's just not good. Like I don't know how else to put it, but that. Oh my god. I hate these cold sweats. Oh crap. So yeah, that's mainly all I've been doing, honestly. Don't really want to say anything more. In terms of my private life. Yeah, I've just been watching a show, and the show has been fun. That's all it comes down to, really. Cormon's gonna die. Horomon is so gonna die. I played a bit more Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, Link Evolution. Just as a way to turn my brain off, which is funny because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! You're not really supposed to turn your brain off. But I did. I did turn my brain off, and I had a lot of fun. But I only turned my brain off for like when I was doing the original series story decks, which is a lot simpler to play with. Very simple to play with, and you don't have to think at all about what you're doing. The golden age of Yu-Gi-Oh! Some might say. And I'd say, nope, the golden age of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was during the GX days. Now that was a good time of Yu-Gi-Oh! Wow, I am not feeling well. I really do not wanna delay this game anymore. Delay finishing this game any more than I have to. I really wanna try and finish it today. What hammer? Neolim? Like Miona? But this time it's different? That's a weird name. It might just be a real hammer. That's not just Miona. It's like actually different. In which case, never mind. Okay. Dead. D-E-D. Alright. I'll do this. White drug here. We need to heal you and the priest. I was gonna say, do I have the dragon set on weight? Because he's not attacking, but no. He attacks. I guess the priest really does have to be in range. Nice work. No, that's fine. Do that. These pistachios are not enough to fulfill me, to sustain me. I wonder if I have to take some hay fever medication. Cause oh boy, it's not... I'm not feeling too great. Oh my god. Hard to really say much of anything when this stuff is going on. I kind of do want to fast forward through this, but if this is the first time I'm seeing this, I have to restrain myself from doing that. As much as I would like to fast forward this. I'm sure if I were playing this back in the day, then I would definitely fast forward through this section, and if I'm not streaming it, yeah, I would be fast forwarding like crazy. I'm only playing it like this because I am streaming this game after all, and I don't want to just fast forward through everything. I want to capture the original game experience as much as possible. At least whatever's convenient for me. That's the ultimate answer, I guess. Whatever's convenient. Maybe I do need that hot water. I'll take that break at like the 1 hour mark, possibly. Sorry. My hours away. My voice was away from the mic, sorry. Yeah, maybe I will take a break at the 1 hour mark. We'll go from there. Oh, Goldolf's gone. He's ready to go. Come over here. These pistachios are so good. Pistachio is probably my favorite nut, and oh yeah, I think I've said this before. Pistachio is probably my favorite nut. I do like sunflower seeds, but I don't think those count as nuts. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like these pistachios. Chop him armor. I don't know what that means. Oh, refresh? Okay. Go ahead. If you can get the wizard in action, then that's really good. Once we get the wizard in action, then that's when I can do a lot of damage in a massive group. And it looks like they're coming towards me all in one group as well, so that's really good. Excuse me. Don't stand on that. Spikes? Oh, you're fine. Oh, here we go. Here's where the action starts. Oh, I hate this cold sweat nonsense. Alright. It looks like Metalite's hurting a little, so I'm actually gonna heal him a little bit. Yep. And I even heal Koromon as well, so 2 birds with 1 stone. It is funny how much Yu-Gi-Oh got power crept. I don't know really why I'm talking about this. I already knew this, but yeah, playing the original Yu-Gi-Oh story deck is like a massive world's difference from that to Arc V. Because with Arc V, I like tried out the next challenge, the next mission, and I quickly said, nope, I'm not doing this. I mean, I will do it. I will do it, but I want to do it at another time. Not when I'm busy watching this show. Trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh while watching an anime show is a really bad idea. Oh, end phase. I guess this sort of game is what people think JRPGs are, in a way, what turn-based games are. And I wouldn't blame them, because it has felt that way. Oh! The white mages need to run. That's interesting. That one didn't. Okay, go in like that. I'm gonna let Koromon handle... okay, well, I don't know. I don't know exactly how I want to play this out. Maybe like this, and then summon. Ooh, yeah, I like that. I doubt it was... Oh, I say I doubt it's gonna kill, but... it's doing a lot of damage. It killed the healers, so that's all that matters. Nice. Tons of damage. Oh god. Now the drowsiness is setting in. Drowsiness and the cold sweats. Bad combination. Okay, oh that's a priest, I don't want to review. Oh, excuse me. I don't want to close my eyes during the stream because if I do, then I'm definitely falling asleep. And I don't want that to happen. But my eyes want to do it. Yeah, it's a good call to have a break at the 1 hour mark. Maybe after I finish this, because it's been very quick so far. Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually move there. So you're safer, the wizard is safer and won't get moved on. What? Oh, I thought I was selecting view. No, I don't want these. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, so... Wait, before I do that... Fire, just fire. Okay, so anything else but fire. Yeah. Okay. Ah, I am not feeling well. Maybe I need to stand up. I'm gonna stand up. Standing up helps a little. It just kind of sucks that this game has been pretty boring late game wise. It's pretty hard to balance a JRPG late game wise, honestly. I mean, as long as you don't do it the Stranger Sword City way, then you're fine. But let's see. I wish I could see ranges, but I don't think my Lancer will get wrecked from here. It's really hard to balance a JRPG in the late game, because by the time you do reach the late game, you already have all the skills and stuff that make you OP. And it's like, that's a really hard thing to balance. Unless you're Etrian Odyssey, of course, but Etrian Odyssey is Etrian Odyssey. Right. But yeah, I've noticed that in the JRPGs I've been playing, the late game part is when the game tends to get pretty boring. There's not much to do, and like in terms of the strategy of the combat or whatever, like it tends to fall flat. The only thing that keeps up the game after that is like what's happening in the plot. Like in Final Fantasy Tactics, what is happening there? It's actually interesting to find out what the materia that turned them into the monsters. I don't remember, but like following along with the plot of Ivalice, and all the all the noble plot and whatever, and then moving that into like save the world monster stuff. That stuff was interesting. Maybe not kill the monsters part. Probably got a little less interesting, but it still kept my attention to make me want to go through with the rest of the game. But yeah, I don't feel the same for this game because the story is a lot less interesting. And they were probably finding the feet for this game in particular, maybe. I'm not sure if that's true, but yeah. The story is notably a lot more simplistic than in Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger, even Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger has a pretty good story. So yeah, it's a bit weird. But yeah, JRPGs tend to fail at the late game stuff, which is very interesting. SMT Nocturne was like, I was surprised by how easy the game was by the end of the game, and I wouldn't even consider that my playing was in any way grinding, because what I did was just fight every normal battle, and that's all I did. And if that constitutes grinding, then maybe they should have fixed their random encounter rate. So yeah, interesting. It's an interesting weakness that the JRPG genre seems to have. I feel like it's fixable, but maybe it's not that easy. Just copy what it's just that my answer is usually just copy what Etrian Odyssey does, which isn't always gonna be a solution. Because I recall whenever I reach late game in Etrian Odyssey, I still don't have an easy time. And that challenging part is what makes the game a lot of fun, at least to me. Because challenge in video games is sometimes necessary. You can't just have a game that's just easy the whole time, because it's very hard for a game to keep your interest in that way. The only way that game can keep interest is through other aspects other than the gameplay, like a story, etc. But JRPGs, they tend to fall flat when it comes to story, because most of them are not very well written, in my opinion. But of course I could be wrong. Damn, doesn't reach. It does reach. Nothing reaches. Do that. I want to get that treasure to the left there before I kill the boss. Ugh, excuse me. Yeah, standing up is a lot better. Honestly, I just can't wait until I get to play Dead Space 1 as a challenge run by Thursday, and hopefully I'll be somewhat recovered by Thursday and not feel as bad as I currently do at the moment. But yeah, it'll be fun just to like take a break from all these JRPGs I've been playing, or RPGs in general, and just play a bit of Dead Space for the Halloween month. I don't want you to do anything. Maybe move there. I was thinking of maybe playing more horror games, but I don't have that many horror games. All I have is survival horror. The only games I'm interested in. The only genre I'm interested in that's horror-like. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna commit to the say horror games for the Halloween month bit like that. That's not something I want to do. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream, Oracillin. How are you doing? I am currently sick. I'm currently having cold sweats. I don't feel that great. But I still want to be able to finish this game. If I finish this game early... Ooh, if I finish this game early, what am I gonna do? I probably won't do anything. I'll probably just like stop the stream there, honestly. But, wait, let me check this guy's... Okay, he doesn't absorb anything. I probably would just end the stream here, but I feel like it might be... It's unlikely that I'll finish the game here. I feel like there's like a lot of cutscenes left to go before I reach the end. Because this game loves to deliver its story in its cutscenes. How would you deliver... No, yeah, I was gonna say, like, how would you deliver a story like this? Like, how would you deliver a story in a strategy RPG like this? But Devil Survivor does it a little. They kinda do it. They don't do it... They don't really do it completely, but like... What I mean is like, what I really want in a game like this is to have characters have their own voices and they say stuff during the fight. Which is what Devil Survivors does really well, and to some extent Final Fantasy Tactics, although they don't do it as much. The Tactics games in general tend to do that anyway. It's just, yeah, I think that's ultimately what I want out of this game. Because, yeah, it's just the whole gameplay part, the whole combat part has been very flat. Oh, that guy's dead. See ya. Has been very flat. It's very, one note. I haven't really been thinking about strategy or whatever. It's just been, I've just been playing. Which is a shame. Yeah, go for that. Just something to liven up the characters a lot more than just like in the... Having a strategy RPG in a mission-based format like this only really works for Fire Emblem, where the combat is fast and and there's nothing going on. There's not like this faffing about that you have to do between the missions. It's really just, oh, you're just there's like a few lines of dialogue between characters and then you're in the fight. I'm mainly talking about Fire Emblem 7 and, you know, the Fire Emblem games on GBA mostly. But yeah, there's not many things to do in between the missions. Whereas here, there's just like a lot of like, oh, stuff your dragon with this to give it more stats, which isn't that interesting by itself. Unless you make a whole game around it like Monster Rancher. But since this game isn't even doing it like that, feeding the dragon has been very uninteresting. Papaleos, you dead? Nope, Papaleos ain't dead. Yeah, if I were to rate this game so far, I would probably say it's a 5 out of 10, honestly. I've been very strict on my rating so far. Like, Fallout 3 was a 4, this game was a 5. Yeah, maybe I'm a bit too strict. The initial idea of this game was really cool. It was pretty cool. But the idea, I would say, wasn't well executed. And invincible. I'm assuming that's just some item. Not an item, but like an armor piece. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Making games is really hard. Can you believe it? It's too difficult, one might say. Okay, do this, and then that, and then that, and then that will get everybody. That's good. Oh, these cold sweats. Damn, that cannon's nearly dead. Making games isn't hard. Making good games is. Yeah, that's a good point. Making good games is hard. I could make a game. Would it be any good? Of course not. It would be terrible. So yeah, but it is a thin tightrope developers have to go through. I guess this is just a long-winded way of saying that this is a very average game, even though the initial concept sounded really cool. I guess that's really all I want to say. I have a feeling I'm sacrificing my priest here, but I don't care anymore. Hey, at least if I were to rate Stranger of Sword City, by the way, it would probably be a 2 out of 10. Or 1. 2 or 1. That's how awful my opinion of that game is. Like, I would rate Mighty Number 9 as like 3 or 4. It's like probably a 3, honestly. I'd say 3 is fair. Like, I actually rate Stranger of Sword City worse because, at least with Mighty Number 9, its main problem is that it's boring. But with Stranger of Sword City, the game design actively hates the player. Like the game is designed in a way to make the player hate itself. That just it wants to punish the player bad. It hates the player. And that kind of design is just, why would they even think that's a good idea? Is my question. Maybe back in the day when dungeon RPGs were new, I think that was like a common thing to design around, like make the game like unreasonably hard, which is fair. That was the first time they were doing that sort of thing. But Stranger of Sword City is a game that exists, that is released when Etrian Odyssey has existed for a long time. Let me check the release dates on this. Stranger of Sword City, initial release date was 2014. First Etrian Odyssey game was 2007. Yeah, 2007. 2 is 2008. 3 is 2010. What was the release date of 2014? 2014. Etrian Odyssey 4 was released in 2013. So the Dungeon Crawler RPG is like already has evolved into Etrian Odyssey in terms of like balancing its game design and difficulty in a way. So you don't really have any excuse to make the game that punishing. You're not supposed to make it as punishing as you're not supposed to follow old dungeon RPG philosophies unless you have a very specific purpose for doing that. And the specific purpose would have to be something like, oh, you have a lot of options to choose from. Like you have a lot of classes that have a lot of different abilities and you can cross class with it. Like you have a lot of customization, for example. You do not have customization in Stranger of Sword City. There's none. There's very little customization. And I think that part is like the worst bit. Like there's very little customization. There's like one strategy you have to basically undergo, and you have to follow that to the letter basically. And the fact that there's very little customization, and then they build these dungeons in a way where they restrict you of certain abilities, it really shines a light on how small the ability pool is between the classes. It's just all around problematic. So yeah, and then you introduce stuff like instant deaths in the game, and then you make it so punishing that your characters have to take a rest for 7 in-game days, and then 14 in-game days to recover that extra life point. And then the in-game days is like, it could be for like 30 random battles or even more random battles. And in order to bypass that, you have to pay like a huge sum of money that you'll never get. You'll get like once. You get a huge sum of money like once. It's just awful game design. I hate it. I hate Stranger of Sword City more than Mighty Number 9. I thought it was really cool at the beginning too. I guess that's really my general experience with video games in general. I tend to like the game at the beginning, and I give it the benefit of the doubt a bit too much maybe. Which is what I did for this game, and what I did for Stranger of Sword City, and I paid dearly for that. But this game isn't really even comparable to that game. This game is way better. This game is way better than Stranger of Sword City. Because at least, like, trying to figure out how the feed your dragons the right way is a lot more entertaining. Okay, summon Bahamut again. I like how my strategy is just to spam Bahamut. Excuse me for a second. With all the dungeon RPGs, they're supposed to be like the whole idea of them is that you have so many abilities to choose from, and then you're supposed to figure out which one is good. But Stranger of Soul City doesn't do that. So yeah, that has been my problem ever since I played that game. Yeah, go for a regular attack here. Anyway, enough of that. I don't want to talk about that game anymore. Speaking of while we're on the topic of dungeon RPGs, I guess I could talk about what's it called? Mary Skelter 2. I have that game on Switch, and I stopped playing after a certain point because was it really due to the game being unfun, or was it the weird sexualized imagery that I disliked? That's part of it. That's certainly part of it, but wait, I need to heal you for some reason. Yeah, I think that was definitely part of it. It's just a very I don't know. I honestly, for me to remember my opinion of that game, I have to play it again, which I don't have any intention of doing. So, oh well. I guess I can't really say much about that. Idea Factory Trashware. Yeah, yeah, it really felt that way to me. But yeah, I guess I can't really say much about it. I played it and I didn't like it, and I couldn't tell you why I didn't like it. That's my opinion. Yeah, it's I find it just very unforgivable for any company to screw up dungeon RPGs anymore, because it's been done really well by Etrian Odyssey nowadays. Like that's the peak evolution of good dungeon RPG. So when you screw up a dungeon RPG, it's just like, how did you do that? And of course, the reason how is probably due to like certain specifics in game development. It's really not that simple, but like it's, I don't know. What do I really know about game development? All I can really say is don't make it like Stranger of Soul City. Don't design the game. Don't make the game design very punishing for no reason. I guess that's what it comes down to, really. Punishing games are probably it's probably the worst part of the game, maybe. If you're like being punished really hard for a mistake in a video game, that's probably when you should probably reconsider how you design that. Maybe. You want to have some aspect of punishment. Like you don't want to just like, some games will have like numerous checkpoints and like easy to achieve checkpoints, and I don't agree with that generally. But like, you don't want to make it so it's you have to force the player to go through this one section over and over again. I think that's yeah, that doesn't need to be said really. That's like the general rule out of what you want out of a game. Because ultimately these games are just like time wasters. I may play a lot of games, and it does feel strange for me to say that games are time wasters, but they are. They're basically a way for somebody to pass the time. So if you make a game, making a game unfun intentionally is a very bad idea. Making a game that's designed around punishing the player really hard tends to be a really bad idea. And I don't see how, I really don't see how any game where they intentionally design it to be very punishing and very very unfun. Like if a game was intentionally designed to be punishing and very unfun, I don't see how that game would do well at all. It's I don't see how in any context that would be good. You could work it in like a lampshading a trope kind of way, but then you're still dealing with the issue of you're still playing a game that still has these tropes. It's just still yeah, it's what I want to say, I don't know. I no longer understand what point I'm trying to make anymore. Just don't make a bad game. Don't make a bad game, and don't make a bad game intentionally. That doesn't work out. Because if you do that and you're being you're having a little giggle about it, like look at how bad our game is. The game is still bad. You still need to work around that. That's sort of why I kind of despise Goat Simulator. If you remember Goat Simulator, Orisolin, the whole game is designed around, oh, look at how glitchy and how badly made our game is. But there's nothing to the game, and all you have left is to appreciate the bugginess of Goat Simulator. But that's the point. So it loses its charm because that's part of the game, and the little gems that you usually have in like a Bethesda game where its bugginess is part of it, is not, the bugginess is not part of a Bethesda game, but they're still there, and it's really funny when it appears. But in Goat Simulator, when it's like the entire game, like the entire point of the game is to see these bugs, then it loses its charm, and it's like, what's the point? That game is getting an updated version. I thought the trend was long dead, but then was reminded of the existence of VTubers. VTubers will play any meme game, and Goat Simulator is one of them. And yeah, these, you know what, these very punishing games actually, they're very popular in the VTuber or like streaming landscape. That actually, yeah, that's true. Because Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, now I guess I want to be careful with what I want to say here, because that game is not fun to me. How do I want to put this? I wouldn't want to say it's just a hard game. Like, I guess how I want to put it is I don't like very punishing games, like Getting Over It and Jump King. I guess I'll put that there, because it's just the game, if you take away the punishing part, like take away the punishment factor of the game, right? Getting over it is just you flail around your mouse to get over obstacles. To me, that's not very fun. Like what is the challenge in getting over these obstacles? Like you just do them, right? You're waving your mouse around and then you're going across these obstacles. Now that's grossly simplifying it, and the punishment factor of the game is that you can't just remove part of the game design and then expect your point to be made adequately. But the game of getting over it is you wave your mouse around, and then if you fail, you go back to the bottom, and then if you have to do it again. That part, it doesn't seem fun to me. Let's see St. Paul's here. I thought intentionally buggy games had long since gone past the best before date. I thought so too, but I guess that's still popular nowadays. You play getting over it for Bennett Foddy being pretentious. I guess so. I guess nowadays. And look, speed running is a totally different category here. Speed running a game is like fun doesn't enter the equation. That's not why you play. That's not why you speed run. Generally speaking, well, maybe you can have fun speed running, but it's a different mindset if you're speed running. So I'm not even considering that fun. Just a casual playthrough. And then for Jump King, it's like I do see Iron play it, and I'm not saying she shouldn't play it. I'm not saying that at all. People can play whatever they want, but for me, it's just you just jump. I don't know. I like my platformers to have a bit more to it. Mega Man Zero, for instance, has like that. Mega Man 03 is so much fun as a platformer that when I look at Jump King, and of course Jump King is doing its own thing. That's not even really. They're not even really comparable, but there's a lot more to do, and there's like a story to pay attention to. It's not just jump. Sonic 06 is a pretty fun speedrun. Yeah, I have heard that too, and I honestly believe it, because it seems like what the speedrunners say a lot is that Sonic 06 is a very consistent game. Although it's a very buggy mess, the bugs happen very consistently. So that's what I've heard. I guess speedruns are just normal gameplay for time attack games. I guess that's true. You could argue that shmups are... With the case of shmups, a casual playthrough, they will just credit feed, and that's fine. Credit feeding is fine. Once CCing a shmup is the extra challenge that the person puts on themselves. So that's why that's a bit more accepted, I think. Because a casual player will credit feed, and they'll just have fun with the game, and they will. Because most shmups are really fun if you credit feed. Even Ikaruga, like if I wasn't trying to 1cc it, it's a lot of fun. Like, oh look, I'm like draining all these bullets and I don't even have to dodge this stuff. And look at all the pretty patterns. It's a lot of fun. But in a 1cc format, it's like it's a different mindset entirely. So whenever I'm thinking about these very punishing games, I'm thinking about it from a casual, like, if you don't set challenges for yourself, if you don't set your like if you play the game straight without setting any challenges, that's what I'm thinking about usually. But it's also what leads to people treating the genre as cheap and disposable. Yeah, I guess that's the problem too. I guess, I guess there's like, as usual, there's always a balance whenever there's this sort of game design going on. You can't just have the person credit feed all the time, but then you have to let them credit feed some of the time so that they like have a chance to enjoy the game. Like, I think Zero Ranger does it okay. How you have to build up these continues, and you only have a max of 8. But then you lead to people complaining about the save file deletion. So yeah, you'll have people complain no matter what, I guess. Looks like, excuse me, you're gonna get swallowed up by the rift. Oh, I need to take a break. I need to take a bit of a walk around. It looks like a lagoon to me, but yeah, I need to take a break. Sorry for the early break, but yeah, I am currently sick at the moment. I actually need like to refresh myself a little. All right, be right back. Schmucks have a lot of common with FGs. Yes, they do. They really do. All right, be right back. Back. I'm back. Oh, my mic activated. Oh wait, I'm not back yet. I forgot. Hot water. Okay. Pour some water. You know, some hot water would actually be really good for my slight sickness right now. It would actually be a bit of relief. Not even actually legit have some relief. It's almost as if they're both arcade originating genres. Yeah, no kidding. It's kind of strange considering, well, my background in arcade games is a little weird because I feel like I should have. I know more about arcade like games that are actually games and not the the ones where it's like basically gacha. I am not that familiar with those. I haven't really played any of them really. But I feel like most of Australia knows what those are. I'm eating some pizza, by the way. Trista's always overthinking things. Whatever happens, all we can really do is fight. Well, maybe I should think about it a little bit more than that, huh? Finally made it to Altair. Everyone on the ship has been spreading rumors that our battles are nearly over. If you ask me, though, there's no way of knowing what's about to happen. Celine, look at how far I've come. But even though I've come this far, there are indeed more battles in store. Am I not going to be able to finish this game by now? What sorts of monsters over here? I have a bad feeling that I'm not going to be able to finish today. They say the Dragonians are living here on Altair. If they're here, then the Divine Dragons can be revived. What ramifications would that have, though? Even the princess doesn't know that much. The princess told me to tell you something. The Divine Dragons don't know why the door closed so many years ago, and they don't know what the monsters are. Personally, I don't understand what any of that means, though. Princess Yo-Yo is always with that whimpering, sad excuse for a man. She rarely tells me anything substantial. Well, what's the problem? That's just how couples are. It's wonderful, is it? Alright. Yeah, we can still talk to everybody here. You guys are friends yet? Guess what Flunz is gonna do when he reaches out a year? He said he'd do the La La Lances routine with me again. I'm so happy about that, so very happy. Wow, more character development than the main character himself. Oh, Bew, I have some news for you actually. I've been talking with this cheeky wizard by the name of Anastasia. We decided if we make it through this alive, we will get married. It will take a lifetime to prove who's stronger, wizards or heavy armored soldiers, and we'll find out which is stronger together. Congratulations! Thank you very much. Oh, but keep this a secret from Madeline, okay? What if I say the other one? That's actually adorable. I swore I saw. I picked the one that said I'm jealous, but apparently it doesn't matter. Do you want to know my name? Yes. My name's actually Aurelius. Yep, it's the same name as the world. My mom and dad dreamed up the name. I failed to live up to it though. One day I'd like to be able to say my name out loud with pride. I'll do my best to make that day a reality. Yeah. I'll do the routine once we reach out to year. The first time it will ever be done in that world. That's one temptation I can't resist. I feel so bad for doing it though. I'm going to pray here along with Lucia. Maybe I can be forgiven this way. Bew! I have to survive this. I want to go back to Aurelis. There's still so much I need to accomplish. Getting Gunso's whatever. Is he like actively handing me whatever that thing is? I just can't save up enough money. Maybe I'll not cut out for this. I don't need any of that. Oh, this hot water is so nice. What are you gonna do after the battles are over? I haven't thought about it. No, everybody else is thinking of plenty of things to do. All sorts of things. That's great, Bew. Maybe you can come and play with me too sometimes, huh? Did Barkley say anything to you? Congratulations. Is that so? Heh. Nothing in particular. What a letdown. Okay. Once the battles are over, we're all going back home to Mahao together. Taicho had better try his best for us. After the battles are over, Don Juan said that he'd take me to Mahao with him. He told me that my eyes sparkle just like Mahao Lake. Keep that a secret for my friend Joy. What do you think, Bew? This is what I, Don Juan, am capable of. Yeah, really well. Come to camp once the battle's over. He said, Don Juan, don't believe there is more beauty in all nature than there is in you, but I'd like to make a closer inspection. Keep it a secret for my friend Nelbo. Damn, pretty nice. How are you gonna be in two places at once, I wonder? Everybody's been thinking about what to do when the battles are over. I'll be praying with all my heart that everybody will find happiness, Bew. Once this battle's over, I hope you'll be playing along with me. Oh, thank you. Is it true that the battles are almost over now, Bew? Maybe they are. And the rumors are true. I was thinking I really need to stop paying so much attention to rumors. I thought I might start living a nice, slow-paced life and just focus on myself. All these interactions are a lot of fun. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to tell him everything after the battle. I'll tell him of the blazing passion I have for him. Maybe take out the blazing passion. If he turns me down, I feel sorry for everybody else who get caught up in it because, oh my god, actual yandere in our party. I had thought it all might turn out this way. I'm gonna try hard to live a healthy life once this battle's over. When that time comes, Bew, would you start working at a pharmacy with me? Don't worry, I won't lay a hand on any of the stuff we have for sale. And Bew just has no response to that. He learned from the best. He learned from Demi-Fiend himself for ways to respond to awkward situations. It's a message from the Little Devils. Munyo, manyo, munyo. We're the Little Devils. When we die, we die together as one. Nah, I don't need to do any shopping. To these guys, life is full of highways and back roads. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm about to come home. I couldn't make any friends. Once the war is over, I thought I might just live out my days alone in my room. Damn! That's pretty depressing compared to everyone else. Altair, the birthplace of the divine dragons. The place where they will return. It is a place that is always warm and welcoming. A land that exists in their memories, unchanging. Whoa! Did you just blink? Oh no, that was just like emulator or console thing. I thought that was like part of the cutscene. Oh, I should talk to the shopkeepers actually. Maybe they have extra dialogue. Yeah, that defensive gear shop lady. I gave her my dentures when we engaged. Is that really a romantic thing to do? We'll open up a small shop after the war is over. A bookstore might be nice. I could even have this man write a book. He could tell the world about you and the crew, a story for all of Aurelis. Okay, and then all we have left to do is to go into Yo-Yo's room. Hello, anybody here? I'm sure it's just Yo-Yo. Nothing in her bedroom. I want to stay with Papaleos while we're not fighting. Being with him makes me feel better. Maybe one day, he'll make me feel the same way you did, Bu. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't actually know what that means. Just... I don't know. Bu, when we attacked Kana, we took much of what we found as the spoils of war. Most of the soldiers sold everything they brought back, but that was not true of these particular items. I brought them back to Granville's castle, but Yo-Yo said that she wanted you to make use of them, Bu. They belong to King Kana. Take them. Oh, okay. I don't have any use for them myself, but sure. Oh, I didn't want to talk to him again. He'll make me feel the same way you did? I don't actually know what she means by that. Like share the same memories or something? I genuinely don't know. Can we go? Make a landing. Yeah. I was thinking maybe I buy some items to feed my dragons even more, but at this point I don't think I need to feed my dragons anything anymore. I am being so blasphemous right now because I'm eating pizza with a fork. I really don't want to get my controller dirty, so that's why I'm doing that. Sure. I'm gonna give these guys good armor because they need it. If they're gonna be in Bu's team, then at least one of them has to survive for me to not get a game over. Nah. Empress Kana. This gives less magic, so I'm not gonna do that. Oh, I can give it... No. Oh, wait. You're... Okay, never mind. I don't need to give anything anybody. I don't need to give anybody anything. Let me check. Nim. That does less damage than the Iron Duke for some reason. Maybe it's better than the Metalite Axe. It has to be, yeah. And chop him armor. Okay, sure. Sure. I'm kind of just looking at whatever is. If it raises defense, I'm just picking that. I'm not really putting any more thought into it. Oh, invincible is a spear. Weird name. Strongest spear. Okay. I don't mind using a strongest spear. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, equip that. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go! Take down Verdum. This does not feel like final battle music, cause yeah. So that means there's one more. There's at least one more chapter after this. Oh my god, there's so much. Okay. Fine. Let's see. So do I want to just go through to the right here? I think I would just want to go down here because it's closer to this ramp here. Yeah, send your dragon on go. I'm just enjoying my food now at this point. Nothing really left to say. What I'm eating right now is just a pizza from Costco. Pretty simple stuff. The pizzas at Costco are generally not good. Like they're definitely not the best pizzas I've eaten, but they're not bad. So that I don't mind them at all. But yeah, I've had better. I wonder if I should just Bahamut them. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. No reason to do that. Okay. And then you over here. Just down here, I guess. Oh, you can attack the enemies, I forgot about that. Because they're undead. Sorry about my... I wonder if you can hear sounds of me eating, I wonder. I don't know if my mic can pick that up. It might be able to. But I'm not sure. Oh, you can see my mouse. Whoa! I'm not playing on original hardware, how could I? Why do you use refresh? You could have done more damage if you just use a regular elemental spell. Is there anything else I want to say? What have I been playing recently? Just more Gundam Evolution, just doing the dailies really. Really haven't been playing much else. I guess... What could I talk about? It's kind of hard to think of a topic out of the blue. I've noticed. It's just like whenever it has to come naturally. Like the topic of me talking about game development came from talking about how I feel about this game. But if trying to come up with another topic like that, it's just I don't know. It's just hard for some reason. And I don't know why. It's not like it's that hard to do, I think. But I'm really bad at just coming up with random topics that I could talk about. I guess I can talk a little bit about where we left off about arcade games maybe. So I never really whenever I went to an arcade, it was never for those gacha games where you have to like hit the button and then you have to hit the button where the light stops, I think. And then you have to press that, you have to stop the light at this certain point or something. Like, you know, those games. I don't think I've played a single one of them. They didn't really interest me back in the day when they didn't really interest me when I went to the few arcades that I did. The arcade games that interested me more was more like full-on games like Time Crisis. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play House of the Dead, but I would like to nowadays. But yeah, I was too scared maybe of House of the Dead. Let's see. No, you can't do anything. Maybe you can heal him. Oh, I could have healed. I could have hit the skeleton as well. Oh well. But yeah, full-on games. Afterburner Climax. The first time I felt like I was piloting a Gundam, maybe more like a jet, more like. I never really played any fighting games at arcades. Now I think about it, I've told the story before, but the first time I ever played a fighting game was actually in Chinatown and in none of the arcades. Because in Chinatown, in one of the food courts, they'd have an arcade cabinet of Street Fighter 2. I don't know which version of Street Fighter 2, but it's just Street Fighter 2. It doesn't matter what version. And that was how I first played a fighting game and first enjoyed playing fighting games, I think. Due to my experience playing on that arcade cabinet in Chinatown. Which to me is kind of crazy now that I think about that kind of thing, because how would why would Chinatown have an arcade cabinet in a food court? Like, why was that a thing that would be good? Why would they think I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it from a modern sensibility, but nowadays food courts wouldn't even think about putting arcade cabinets near food courts, because naturally the arcade cabinet will get insanely dirty. So it is for the best that that particular cabinet went away at some point, but and I was pretty sad that it got removed at some point, but I think it's for the best. Wait, why isn't this guy dead? How much? Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna have Sendak attack this guy. But the moment where I play Street Fighter 2, I wouldn't say that moment is when I really got myself into fighting games. Like, Street Fighter 2 was definitely my first exposure. But for actually getting even more interested in fighting games, I think everyone can cite this moment as like the main inspiration as to why they got into fighting games. Is Evo Moment 34. Quite an infamous moment in Evo where Daigo parried Justin's Chun-Li super at a very clutch moment. That was like one of the best moments I ever saw in a fighting game. And of course, as a young person, 37? It is 37, you're right. 34 is rule 34. That's why I thought about that. Don't mind me. It is 37. But yes, as an impressionable, very young teenager, I was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be as good as Daigo. And that's how my first foray into fighting games began. Into Third Strike emulation, into Mugen. You know what? Let's talk about Mugen for a bit. Because Mugen is a kind of a well-known fighting game engine nowadays, but my experiences with that engine were very strange. But to finish off my point, yeah, it's Evo Moment 37 is when I got really interested. Oh, sorry. So Street Fighter 2 is when I became aware of fighting games. Evo Moment 37 is when I became really interested and wanted to play fighting games. And then Skullgirls is... I always cite Skullgirls as the first moment where I actually tried to learn how to really improve in a fighting game. Unfortunately, I have no positive memories of Skullgirls. All I have are bad, but they're not all bad, but you know, I don't have nowadays I don't enjoy Skullgirls that much. Make God? Wait, what? What? You can just do that? Okay, that makes things a bit more interesting. Whoa, that makes things much more interesting. Okay. And more annoying because it just extends the fight even longer, but you know, this is the first time I'm encountering this sort of strategy, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, so Mugen, Mugen was a lot of fun. Because I could like get all these fighting game characters and just like play around with them, and there's a lot of fun experimenting which one was the strongest in terms of the coding of their AI. I always remember that there's like a certain version of Brody that's like really strong and super cheap. An input read. Excuse me. An input reads the hell out of you. That was really fun. And there was these really well designed fighting game characters that were designed by a certain person who apparently passed away, unfortunately. But he made characters like Dragon Claw, Evil Ken, and Evil Ryu that were very well designed, I guess. So I can explain the differences better for Evil Ken and Evil Ryu. So the way he designed Evil Ken is he made Ken into a Gatling monster, a Gatling chain monster. So you can do, I guess you can call it a, what's that term called in Unist, how you can press A, B, C together? There's a different term for it in Unist, and in Melty Blood. I can't remember. That kind of chain, I've always called it a magic series, but that's now outdated. Go with this. No wait, you're the one holding the Excalibur. Just do a regular attack. But anyway, yeah, there is design Ken to be in that way, and then what this designer was able to do is like make cool looking new moves out of the character. So for instance, Ken's Evil Ken's Tatsu, he makes it so it's like a launcher for, I think. It's like no, it's like an ender actually. And then you can cancel the ender into the super, and then the Tatsu is not like, it's not horizontal, it like it goes in like a 45-degree angle upwards. And at the end you can make it you can turn it into a hard knockdown by it. And that Ken will just like do a slam with his leg and just like slam the guy on the ground after the Tatsu finishes. And that's a hard knockdown, so you can set up Oki there. And then the Evil Ken can like do command rolls to like switch places and like all this Oki nonsense. It's like really, it's a really fun character to play. And Evil Ryu was like also well designed in that it's very different from Evil Ken. He doesn't have a magic series at all. He's all links, and he's all about juggling the opponent. So he juggles the opponent with like charge fireball, with like Tatsus, and then charging up for Denjin. And then if you charge up your Denjin completely, then you get a Marvel vs. Capcom style of Hadouken, like the huge beam attack. Basically a Kamehameha, okay, basically that. So yeah, lots of those two characters are so much fun. And super cheap as well. The guy designed the AI to be really powerful as well, and input read the hell out of you. But of course, as a child, you just put whatever character you want in Mugen. You would just put whoever you want. So, I of course put in Sora from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, the GBA version, of course. I put that guy in. I put Mega Man Zero from what's it called? SVC Chaos. Yeah, I put in that guy. I put in Mega Man X, like his SNES sprite. Yeah, just I indulge in the Mugen craziness. In fact, I think I recall making a video about how to do a half circle forward inputs on your keyboard using Evil Ryu as a character to make an example of. I distinctly remember doing that. Yeah, that's how much I was into Mugen. And then at some point I kind of just fell off, probably because I had enough fun with Mugen at some point, I guess. In fact, let me see if I can find it. Did I upload it onto YouTube, I wonder? Just let me see. I did not. I did not. Okay, good. I don't even want to. Oh man. Oh man, do I want to show this cringe? Oh boy. Oh man, I don't want. Oh god. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. The perfect amount of cringe. Here we go. I'll just have to play like this. Perfect amount of cringe. I'm not even gonna show the title if I can help it. Bad frame rates, unregistered hypercam 2. Oh, this is peak early YouTube. This is a video I uploaded apparently. Oh man. There's no audio, by the way. I did not mute the I didn't mute the video. There's just no audio. Oh god. I don't want to see any more. That's too much. Oh, why are they going to mash them up? That's just too much cringe for me. I'm sorry. So yeah, I was needless to say, I was into Mugen. I didn't even remember I put Naruto characters in, but now that I've watched that video, I do actually recall putting in Naruto characters. I don't know what the current state of Mugen is right now. I'm sure what the current state is just like fan projects for certain stuff, like I seem to recall there was like a Dragon Ball Mugen game that was like an actual well-made fighting game that's not Dragon Ball FighterZ. And then there's also another one that I saw that was like Mega Man X based. That seemed pretty good. So I guess nowadays, of course, there's also Salty Bet. Salty Bet being the stream where you can like bet on which character will win in the Mugen fight engine. It seems to, whenever I see that, whenever I go on Salty Bet, it seems to be that it's never the Toho characters that win. Yeah, it's never the Toho characters. It's always just like this random, very random anime character that always takes the win. There we go. I'm getting tons of equipment from these guys, but what do I need equipment for at this rate? At this point in the game? Okay, do that. What? Charizard, did you just use thunder on the bridge, destroy the bridge, and instantly killed my Lancer? Are you kidding me? Why would you? Why? I really dislike how these dragons are AI controlled. I tend to hate AI controlled anything really, but in this case, this is like you can cite this as the prime example as to why you shouldn't have AI controlled party members in an RPG, because this sort of stuff happens. Well, that was cool. He could have used literally anything else but thunder, but he chose thunder for that specific purpose. That also very specific purpose of just annihilating one of my lances. So wow, these guys are really just gonna keep spawning enemies? The strategy really is to make them is to just keep spawning more and more enemies until you deal with these guys? I'm pressing fast forward. Sorry. I'm not dealing with any more of that. That's just a bit too much for the player, too much to expect for the player to deal with in terms of the speed. Do this. Hopefully some of these guys will survive. How much damage? No damage. That kind of hurt. Okay. Ugh, excuse me. Oh, that's a bush. I didn't realize that was foliage. I didn't realize that was foliage that I could burn. Oh, man, they have so much health. Okay. Maybe meet up here and then how much MP restoration items do I have? I should have bought more. Yeah, I should have bought more at the store. That's fine. Nope. This one. Damage wise, there doesn't seem to be any difference between the elements. It's not like enemies are weak. It's not like enemies are weaker to a certain element or not. It doesn't seem to be that way at all. The only difference the elements makes is on in the environment, how they can affect. Like you just saw the thunder destroying the bridge, but it seems like that's the only thing the elements do affect. Okay, time to heal both of you. Okay. It is kind of disappointing that for a long game like this, there hasn't been a music change at all. I guess that's just something I've been expecting, probably erroneously, for every RPG that I play. I don't know. It's just it's a good idea to mix up your music in general whenever you play a long game like this, so that the player feels like they're playing something a bit different, and then you basically feel like you're playing disc 2 content, basically. That's what I want. End turn. But nope, this game prefers to have the same music. I do have to wonder what kind of budget this game had. To me, it doesn't feel like this is not the same budget as Final Fantasy VI. This feels like it's a lot lower. Okay, that is pretty annoying. Just pass forward through this. Okay. I should probably defend, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah, you should defend. Oh, come on. Oh, good. Madelite did not die. That's all I wanted. Okay, I shouldn't spend everything on my summon, but I should... Yeah, this is good. Almost. Almost good. Damn it. Damn it. This situation sucks. I wish I had my Lancer, but Charizard killed him. How much HP do they have? Too much. Okay. It's kind of bad that I'm stuck in this bad spot because of one AI decision. Kinda does suck. Oh well, I should not dwell on it too much, but it's hard not to. It's hard not to dwell on how Charizard made that fatal mistake. But it's just something I have to accept. Okay. I don't think they'll die from the burn damage, but they'll be very low. Well, they're definitely gonna die. And as for you... Yeah, that hits everybody I want to. Dead. D-E-D. Super dead. Thank goodness too. Because those guys are tough. Okay, nice. Full death. He will die next turn. You are very low, so I don't need to worry about you. Okay, just move down here. And the only reason that I'm thinking about this strategy, the strategy I'm doing right now, is because Charizard just demolished every, like he forced me to not be brainless when I'm playing this game. Now I actually have to think about what I'm doing. Charizard shocking me out of apathy, out of I don't know. It's just a very unexpected situation. Yeah, considering that items are infinite, I should have spent way more money on items that heal MP, because I think that'd be really good. But I just did not do that, so now I'm just like too busy trying to conserve MP when at this point in the game I really shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Yeah, cool. So at least the guy is only teleporting one group of skeletons, so that is manageable. Let's do that. And pour my hot water. Oh, you know what? I'll pour my hot water during the enemy turn. Nice! Full death. That was really good. Okay, yeah. We get it. Yeah, move a bit further down. Damn. I don't know what I was planning to do there, actually. But yeah, I don't know what to, I really wasn't expecting this game to go on for as long as it did. I thought it'd be shorter. I thought it'd be the similar length as a Chrono Trigger. But clearly not. I think if it were Chrono Trigger, I would have finished this game by now. Because Chrono Trigger isn't a long JRPG. Like it would be about 25 hours. I feel like I'm being generous there. 25 hours of playtime maybe. I'm not exactly sure of the sorry, I'm not exactly sure of the. I lost my point. No, I completely forgotten what I wanted to say. I don't know. I'm just gonna blame it on my on me being sick that I somehow lost the point that I was in the middle of talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that much better after drinking hot water. I feel a bit better, but not like, it's not like I'm instantly cured, unfortunately. Still having these cold sweats, which are very uncomfortable. Okay, good. I'm not going anywhere close to that bridge. That bridge is a death trap. Because Charizard will destroy the bridge, and there'll be nothing I can do about it. So I'm just gonna avoid every bridge I can. I can pour my hot water now. So if Charizard isn't smart enough to know to not use Thunder when an ally is on the bridge that can be destroyed by Thunder, does that mean if Mew was on the bridge, you could have instantly died to Charizard's own attack? That sounds like a very meme-worthy situation there. But man, would that suck. That actually happened. Okay. Oh, what? How much damage does that do? Okay. It does okay. Doesn't the right amount of damage. Yeah, just go for it. It's kind of hot, but it's sippable. Okay, good. Oh, that guy is immune to fire. Right, right. I should have done something else. Alright. Give Mew an extra heal, actually. He needs it. If I make it so Mew doesn't attack anything in the front, like he doesn't engage in a regular battle encounter, then he'll be fine. Alright, that's good. I don't think the skeletons are any more of a threat. Two, three trains sure is a mess? What do you mean by that? Oh. Am I getting a headache? I don't know. I feel uncomfortable in the pen. What do you mean by that? Are you like trying to get a check? I don't know. I am noticeably very tired too. Just today was not a fun day to stream. I think it's impossible for me to finish the game now. I might have to like schedule. I might have to go on to next week after this. I'm sorry. I might have to do a Thursday stream of Bahamut Lagoon, unfortunately. Right. That'd be nice if I could learn that teleporting skill. There's something about 2-3 trains that you What is it about 2-3 trains that make it different from the first loop? Because to me they're not that different. Is it just the fact that the eye blocks are there? Yeah, I may have to call it after this chapter. There's no way I can continue on. Probably the fact that there's 30 minutes of game before it. Yeah, I mean, look, okay, I thought you were considering it in a vacuum, and in a vacuum, like I think it's okay, but I mean, yeah, in that context, sure, like, it's gonna be hard. Especially at max rank. It's like this, it's the same level of difficulty for me. Like, I'm not saying this isn't hard. The trains are hard. The trains are definitely difficult. I even have trouble with them in the first loop. But for me, the first loop and the second loop aren't that much different. Which is why I say that. Okay, it's gonna be slightly different on what you do if you want to keep your overcharged multiplier, but it's still not going to be that bad. I think I can do it fine in stage select. Yeah, that's what we all assume. That's what I assume whenever I do a no miss stage on like chapter 5. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do it in a full run, but no, I can't, because you need the practice of the you need to practice the tension that you get when you do that part, for example. Like, it's not quite the same. I've noticed that sometimes I do a lot better in certain sections in like chapter 3 of Ikaruga than I do in my practice sessions if I'm streaming. Like that moment where you have to like weave in between the walls that are closing in on each other, I do a lot better on stream than I do in my practice sessions, funnily enough. Which is surprising. But yeah, it's a different experience. It's sort of like practicing a combo in a fighting game, for instance. You can do the combo in training mode, but that doesn't mean you'll be able to do it in a, in a real match. It's the same deal. Right, please be able to reach. Thank you. We'll go with this. And just to make sure, you are considering, you're not trying to like score. You're not taking into account scoring in your routing, right? You're still trying to like just play normally, sort of. There's probably for 2-3, I don't think there's any like super helpful tips that I could give you, like in second loop, like in 2-2. Because 2-2 is like very abusable with how quickly you can kill certain things, but I don't think there's anything like that in 2-3. There are definitely certain tricks you could do, like there are only certain tricks for keeping the multiplier, but not really anything else. There's no like there's no speed kill, for instance, on any of the bosses. So yeah, kind of just have to like play along, I guess. Okay, I guess just move there. this. Okay, let's see. Did a lot of damage, but not enough. Okay. How are you finding 2-2? It sounds like you've made progress though. You're able to get past 2-2 cleanly. Probably as cleanly as like you're satisfied with how you do 2-2 maybe. Maybe it's not as consistent as you like it to be, but like you know, you can do it. You just have to get a little lucky. That's me in chapter 4. (2-2) is okay. Okay, that's good. Do you have any more? Oh wait, I guess you don't have any more trouble with R-typo. I don't exactly remember how I the very last boss of 2-2 where the guy grabs onto the rails and he climbs up. I don't exactly remember how I do that section. Yeah, I don't exactly remember. I think it involves like, because you can get a special bonus in that last part. I think it involves like making the guy let go of both of his hands. Oh no, it's when he's about to grasp onto the rail with a hand and you destroy that hand. You destroy that hand before he grabs onto the rail, then you get this secret item, I think. I don't exactly remember actually. I don't think I remember. Okay, put you here. And let me see your white magic. Okay, you can use that. That's good enough. Sometimes it goes badly with point blank. Yeah, sometimes it can. Oh my god, these guys are so annoying. Did I even heal Bu? I don't even remember. He might die. He's gonna die next turn. I have to defend this. I can't fight them right now with this low HP. Sendak, don't die. Ooh, he didn't die. Good. Honestly, if you're at 2-3, you're kind of on the victory lap to the final boss. Because I don't know. If you get, clearing 2-3 will be like, it's not the hardest stage of the second loop. The hardest stage would be, I guess it would be 2-2 would be the hardest stage. Of the second loop. I think the hardest stage overall is 1-4. But in the second loop, if you got past 2-2 somewhat okay, then I think you can handle. It won't be too far until you finish 2-3. And 2-4 is just it's just a boss rush, basically. Okay, party. Heal up. I can't believe I'm allowed to do this. But I am, so I'm gonna abuse it. Okay, you can't have Hyperion, so just do that maybe? No, okay, just do that. It's fine. Orison, did you know that your lock-on sometimes, if you like hold on to the lock-on shot and release it, did you know that also cancels out bullets? You probably already knew that, actually. That has been kind of useful when it comes to point blanking enemies for me. You might if you use that, it might be easier. I don't know. No, don't attack. But then again, when you're point blanking an enemy, you're probably not even in the ship form. You're probably in the sword form, in which case you can't even use that. You have to rely on the sword. And which, by the way, sometimes the sword is very janky, because you know how you're continually slashing a bullet and it like goes, the bullet is like in the hitbox of the sword and doesn't get destroyed, but like it moves alongside you. Like it moves as well as you do, and that part has always, I sometimes get caught out by that. It's kind of been it's not really been frustrating, but it's kind of like kind of annoying. Excuse me. Okay. Bullets getting carried by the sword is annoying. Yep, indeed. It's especially noticeable in when you're milking 1-3. It's especially noticeable there because you have to fight a boss that will shoot these bullets and you have to like continually slash at them. Like it's a bit annoying. The indicator for the first stage charge on the sword comes out later than when it's actually ready. Yeah, I have noticed I got caught up by that sometimes. It's a bit weird, yeah. I'm not entirely sure how they would fix that. Maybe like add a meter, but then that probably isn't something they want to do. But then I don't know. Okay, you're pretty healthy, so I'm just gonna go do a regular attack. Like this. I think for the charge attack, I think I found that I used the not the charge attack, but you know how you like don't press the sword button for a while and then slash? I use that a lot more than the charge attack. Because the charge attack takes way too long to charge up. You actually lose a multiplier very easily if you do that. And I guess you also have a higher risk of losing the multiplier as well if you do the reflective slash as well, because you also have to wait a bit. So I don't use that often either, but isn't that the first stage charge? Yeah. No, so okay. So, with your sword, what you can do is, so there's like 4 attacks that the sword can do. There's one where you like your first slash ever. Your first slash is a reflective slash, and you can tell by the jagged edges that it has, and that will reflect bullets. And then there's your regular slash that you do after the first slash, and that's just like, you know what that is. Then the first stage charge attack is your beam attack. You know, your wave beam attack? That's the first stage charge. And that's done by holding down the button and then letting, don't let the thing charge up to full, and then, you get the wave beam. But then the fourth one is you charge up to full and then you do the multi-slash beam attack. So when I mean the reflective slash, I mean not the charge attack, not the first stage charge, but I mean the first slash you ever do is a reflective slash. I thought the reflect was a part of the wave. No, yeah. So, yeah, no. It's dependent on its own. It's independent. So what you do is, like, you do your reflective slash, you have to delay it a tiny bit, and then if you delay it at the right timing, then you can do the reflective slash again. Basically, there has to be like some amount of delay before you do the next slash, before you can get your jagged edge reflect slash. And that will reflect. When you do this reflective slash, then you press any of the 3 buttons except for the button that you assign the auto fire button 3. Because if you do auto fire button 3, the sword slash will always come out as the one that you're used to. It will not be the reflective slash. If you want the reflective slash, then you have to use the 3 buttons but not auto fire button 3. Just a bit of a weird specific thing there for some reason. So I have been using the reflective slash more often than any of the charge attacks because, of course, charging takes time. You know how it is with multiplier based scoring. Bam, 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 bam. Man, this guy's not even close to dead. That's annoying. Party? I definitely gotta buy more magic gin. Because this magic gin stuff is really nice. But honestly, you can get by without really using it. It definitely is very helpful in some situations. Which, I mean, I guess you could say that for everything in Zero Ranger. But most of the time you want to be using regular slashes, even if you can potentially reflect the bullet anyway. You might just be better off, just not even bothering reflecting the bullet. Huh. Right, javelin. No, don't flame dust. Thank you. Almost made a huge mistake there. How are you doing with your secret item gathering? Which one do you have you? Are there any ones that you intentionally avoid so far, or like I don't know how to put this. Are you actively getting all the secret items or no? You're just getting them if they happen to turn up and they're easy to get. I think most of the secret items are easy to get anyway. Let me think. Okay, in 1-3 it might be a bit difficult. Even I have trouble with it. 1-4 might be... There's like one section where you have to like get all the secret items in this one spot, and that can be difficult. Except for the 2-2 extra boss, because I don't know how to get that consistently. I think I mentioned it beforehand about how you know how there's phases to the health of the hand. There's phases to it. So you notice how it does like a mini explosion every time you shoot it at a certain point? Well, in that explosion, what I think you do is you make that explosion occur when the hand is off the rail, I think. I think that's how that works. I think the routing that I do, I just get it pretty naturally, so I don't actually remember exactly how it works, but that's how I think that's how that works. I can't even summon anything. Yeah, just Armageddon. Yeah. Because I think I remember reading that in order to get that secret item, you have to make the boss... they mentioned something about making the boss fall further, and the only way I thought of doing that is just like shooting the hand at a certain point. In fact, let me look it up. I have very mixed feelings regarding Zero Ranger's ending. Oh, hello! Welcome to the stream, Sofa. Certainly is. We're just discussing some Zero Ranger. I actually did need to fix that posture. Having a better posture will make me have relief from this hay fever I'm having. Wait, hold on. Okay, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. Maybe I'll have a better time looking at the... maybe I'll have a better time looking at the full playthrough of it. You're still playing Bahamut Lagoon? Yeah, this game's 30 hours long! apparently. Oh god, that's loud. I'm glad I muted the browser. How long have you put into it now? Yeah, 30 hours at this point. So quite a long JRPG on an SNES, I guess. I'm just checking something out in Zero Ranger at the moment. I think, yeah, it involves destroying the hands. Oh, okay. I know what. Okay, so how it works is, so when you focus on the left hand, um, you destroy. You make the left hand explode when the other hand has let go of the rail. When the other hand has let go of the rail, that's when you want to initiate the explosion on the other hand, on the hand that you're focusing, so that when he falls down really far, and you want him to fall down really far to get that secret item. Yeah, that's how that works. Anyway, back to more Bahamut Lagoon. Yeah, I can't believe I already spent 30 hours in this game, and honestly, I kind of wish it was over. I guess I feel that way no matter... I don't know. But... the game's story hasn't been particularly interesting, so I guess that's why I felt the length of the game. Because it's been mostly boring and has been this kind of samey combat. So I'm much more attentive to repetitious combat like this if there's nothing else really challenging me, because this game seems it's very easy so far, so there isn't much strategy to think about. There is one map where I actually had to think about how to strategize around this particular challenge, and that was like my favorite map by far, because it actually introduced some challenge, but most of the game has been pretty easy. Even on this map, like, I had a setback how one of the AI controlled dragons killed one of my party members, and I'm still having a really easy time. So, yeah. It's kind of a boring experience so far, which is a shame because I really enjoyed the game from the beginning. The beginning was a lot of fun, I think. I just think it hasn't held up to to 30 hours worth of gameplay. I can get that. Only thing I could tell you about this game is that you can give your dragons adult magazines. I have done that. I have definitely done that. I was very surprised that you could do that too. And you can also feed your dragons political essays and they become smarter, I think. And you become dumber if you give your dragons adult magazines as well, for some reason. There's a time you got jumped on the flying island thing. Well, the lagoons in this universe, the lagoons are flying islands, I think. The lagoons are like different areas, different cities basically, in like a regular JRPG, but they're all flying islands. So that's how, that's like the setting that this world takes place in. Hence the term Bahamut Lagoon, because it's all about lagoons. My main issue with his story is okay, my main issue. The main issue is the main character, Bu, which is this guy right here, has no character of himself. He's a very silent protagonist. Unfortunately, the story isn't about him at all. He's not important to the story at all. It's just like everyone else is important, other than the guy you're playing as. Even the NPCs have more character development than your main character, which is incredible to me. I've taken next to nothing away from this game. I guess that's the thing too, is the writing in this game has been a bit on the clumsy side, over-explaining and restating points that did not need to be explained or restated, and not explaining on other things. I think that has been somewhat problematic. Even in a game like Persona, where you do play as a silent protagonist, like you have more of a sense that you are affecting the plot around you. But here, I'm kind of just along for the ride. That's what it felt like to me. So that has been my biggest issue so far. If you're gonna make a silent protagonist, then don't. I much prefer a protagonist who like I much prefer a protagonist who talks and has a personality of their own than a silent one. That if you are gonna do a silent protagonist, at least like, I don't know, just do it like Persona, I guess. How much damage did that do? Bu might be dead. I'm gonna fast forward here. Oh my god, Bu nearly died. If Bu's squadron died, then it's game over. So that was a massive risk I took, taking a close combat encounter with the boss. Kind of like, it's kind of exactly like Fire Emblem. You take a risk if you try to attack the boss with your lord. Nope. Bit more. Even in SMT, where you do play as silent protagonist, you're choosing your ending, like you're important in some way. I guess the closest example I can think of in this game is like, even in Chrono Trigger, Chrono is affecting the plot around him. Like, there's stuff happening around him and he's affecting it. Because he's the one that goes on the time, like I'm trying to remember the whole plot to Chrono Trigger now. Like, he goes and saves Marl, he goes interacts with the frog. He like stands in front of that huge boss and then gets destroyed. Okay, my memory of Chrono Trigger is very flimsy, admittedly. But you know what I mean. He's a character of his own and he's doing stuff. That's all I really wanted out of this game, but I didn't get it. And the feeding dragons part isn't really that well thought out, because all you're really doing in terms of feeding the dragons is you're injecting them with numbers. That's all it amounted to, really. There's no like Monster Rancher style taking care of your dragon thing, which I thought would be part of this game. No, it's really just more inject the number you want into the dragon you want.